this property actually is the east wing, and that's what begat this as a guest ranch. It started as a guest ranch on Thanksgiving in 1923, and Louise Woody Weatherall and her husband John, who were kind of the Indiana Joneses. They were anthropologists, archaeologists, they were scholars, they were writers, publishers, editors. They were very, very smart people. They started as a guest ranch, and they did it for 3 years. The average number of years that anybody who's nutty enough to get into this business stays in this business, 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
So we've been here, it'll be 14. So where does that, maybe make it up for that's about it, I think, you know, really wondering about it. But anyway, this was built by Colonel Sturgis. He was a banker from Chicago and became a pretty heavy-duty cattle rancher out here. He also became the political force behind anyone who wanted to run for elected office. And of course, Arizona was the last of the lower 48 national state in 1912. Valentine's Day. So when we bought this ranch in June of 1996, without an exit strategy, I might mention, we thought we'd probably be here about 2 years, so it took lots and lots to do. And magically and suddenly we fell in love with the place. It's a very spiritual place. And it's hard for me, I pinch my wrist and I think to myself, it's just really, really hard for me to believe that we've been here this long. And so anyway, we continue to try to improve it, but not over-improve it. We don't want it to become something of the 21st century or the 20th century. We want to try to keep it stuck in time a little bit. So we try to make sure the commode's flush and you get warm water, but beyond that, we like to kind of keep it a little more rustic. Are there any specific questions? I mean, we have lots of birds. We had birders out here about 3 days ago. They spotted around 200 plus birds, and they were here 4 hours. And so they kind of wandered around this compound. I get a lot of questions about the trees in the compound. Those are eucalyptus trees, and obviously non-indigenous. They're from Australia originally, and they're about 100 to 125 years old. All of the paddle cacti around here are probably about the same age as well. Those of you who have been here and heard the great horned owls, we don't hear them anymore. What happened this year is
Great horned owls.
Great horned owls. We normally have great horned owls in here now, and we hear them, but we don't see them, and they're usually roosting. But the crows have really been hassling females this year, so we don't even know where they are. So it's been kind of a rough deal. We've seen a lot of bobcats this year. I've seen the largest bobcat. I had only seen bobcats 4 times, and I'd seen the largest bobcat I had ever seen about 3 weeks ago over here. And we have a small little cat. The most recent acquisition is a small little lynx cat, a little bobtail. He was just like a miniature bobcat. And about 3 months ago, there was a bobcat and my little bobcat in kind of a Mexican standoff. So I rushed between the 2 of them. This gets better. I rushed between the 2 of them. And don't ever do what I did. Watch the bobcat over here while you're walking in this direction, so that when you turn around, a limb from a tree goes in your eye. So, yeah, I had about 3.5-hour surgery 3 months ago. I almost lost this left eye. So there's a story behind these bobcats now. But by the way, I think down around the 17-mile marker there was a sighting of a lion a couple of days ago. I have seen mountain lions only in the hills, but I've seen mountain lions 3 times. And of course, you know we have coos deer down here, a miniature whitetail deer as well. So we've seen a lot of activity. We actually kind of have a good symbiotic relationship with 3 different bicycle companies, and one of them left today. It's Back Race. And you know, I take all of these guys out on hikes up these mountain ranges, and once in a while we'll see some very exotic animals. So this week was no exception. We did spot a bobcat up there. It was pretty exciting.